What is up, YouTubeverse? Clayton here with something radically different from what I usually do. I and possibly Jordan, if he's down for it. If not, it'll just be me. I'm fine with that. We're going to show you a little something today that we created. Now, I know I only show myself to be the video gamer on this site because honestly, tabletop card games, those things don't really work well into video. It's a lot of people probably wouldn't find it very entertaining. Mind you, I have shown this side of me a little bit by playing that one board game on Tabletopia there a while back with Jordan, and I do kind of want to do that again. But anyways, that's not the topic of discussion today. Today, the topic of discussion is Lego. Everybody loves Lego, and those who say they don't love Lego are liars. And more to the point, I may be an older person. Shut up, phone. But Lego can be enjoyed by all ages. But I don't need to justify myself here for that. Today I'm going to talk to you and show you a tabletop game that Jordan and I created a while back. And I mean, this isn't going to be your regular Let's Play kind of fare. Think of it more closely related to a vlog. Sorry, pardon my voice. And it's going to be more a case of I'm going to show you how it works and the very few rules that actually are included with it. There are a few, but it's not a book's worth, a whole book's worth, like usually with the other tabletop games. And yeah, so we're going to show it to you, and I hope you enjoy. So, to start off with, we'll get right into the how to play, as it were. Starting with the first one, build your world. Okay, so in the first part of building our world, have things like base plates. Now, of course, like I'm going to say, I'll probably say this a few times, that you don't need to have Lego you don't need to have tons of Lego to do this. You can improvise with non-Lego items and stuff like that to make your world. It helps if you want, but I'm going to be showing you how to do it with full-on amounts of Lego because I have enough to show you. So, starting off, you'll want to go with base plates. I have a bunch. So, we'll just do 3. Oh god, I gotta wash this blue one, it's getting filthy. Does happen. Dust collects. Alright. So a good way of doing this is, cut here. Cut back. Is have little things to put it together, hold them together. That way it'll be all one piece and you won't have as many problems. Me, I've been collecting those little minifigures in packages, so I don't know why I'm leaning down. I can just sit. So basically, I have all the silly little bases, and I can just use those. Put them on corners around there, and put one right there. Okay. This will strengthen your baseline to actually be sturdy, basically. So you'll see here, I use them at this point here, between the 3 ones, here, and one each there. Now, I have a few other plates to work with as well, but we'll just go with this small setup here, because believe me, even in this small setup, it could actually take a while to play. So, and in here, since this is one of my major fixtures, although the poor thing is getting old and somewhat damaged, we use this as kind of the end point. So when Jordan and I play, we play it basically, one's a defender, one's an attacker. That's what the choose sides part of the next rule is. And we'll get more into that afterwards. So basically, one of us will be in the castle. Alrighty, so we're going to keep in mind that I'm just going to do a quick build for this. I'm not going to do a proper full-on setup. Just enough to show you what you can do. which, with Lego, is anything. Now I'm going to blaspheme a little bit because I do have some Mega Blocks. You can hate me if you want. I'm using it just because it's quick and easy and they have little pre-built houses I can put down. There, so there. But you can put down things like this here. You can put that there, now you have a wall with a little window in it. In fact, you have 2 walls with a window in it. And as for the reasoning as to why I have Mega Blocks in with my Lego, well, you see, my parents just got me whatever when I was a kid, and I was quite happy with it because it all worked the same. When you're a kid, Mega Blocks and Lego, they don't really matter too much. So put some stuff here like this here. And there is kind of a cover system in this game too, if you want it to be. Basically, if you're hiding behind something, you can't be aimed at. Your units will not have line of sight or there, and neither will theirs. So basically, it's literally like RL physics. Basically, you can't see it, you can't hit it. I have no idea what that is, but we'll put it there. Why not? I'm literally just putting random things onto the board here. A normal one, I would suggest get out the bricks, build yourself some cool stuff, work with it. But for this, like I said, it's just a base build. So, we have our world. And from there, we'll move on to the next rule. Alrighty, now that we've built our world, now it's time to choose sides. Okay, now, after choosing sides, I'll say this much. Well, in the case of, like I said earlier, in the case of me and Jordan, when we play this, we have the defender, which is the castle, and the attackers, which start over here, which you can't really see now that I've zoomed the video around a bit. But it's over in the blue area. There you go. Floating marker. And so that's about the basics of it. That's a very basic... by the way, I called it a rule before. It's not a rule. It's just how to play. So that's the second part of how to play. Next, we go on to number 3. Okay, now that you've chosen sides, now you need to move on to number 3. Pick characters or minifigs. The default here is 6. Alright, so number 3 is pick characters or minifigs. Now in this case, the very default I would suggest is 6. That's 7, Clayton. There we go, 6. Can't control my own damn fingers. Now, when it comes down to it, choose whoever you want, equip them with whatever you want. In this case here, a good example of this is something that Jordan had actually last time, Spider-Man. And you'll see here, hopefully, Spider-Man's got a katana in this hand, but he's got his webbing string in this hand. Both count as viable weapons. Now, you may be thinking, well, that's unfair. Look how long the webbing string is. That's true. Which brings us to a point I'm going to bring up multiple times. The one major rule, and I'll bring this up again at the end of the video too, is everything needs to be agreed upon. Agreeing upon things is tantamount. And I know, as gamers, tabletop, video, anything, we suck at agreeing with other people's rules of what we want done, especially in a situation like this. So, in that case there, you gotta sometimes find a compromise. I'll leave that up to you guys. Just remember that's the only rule that you have to stick to. Okay, so we move on from it. Sure, we'll have our Spidey with webbing. Keep it in your hand, you. Joe had the good idea to attach it to his head so it's not always flapping about. A couple of these guys here I would suggest for the defenders. It's always not a bad idea, at least in the case that I have, to have a couple of ranged units that you can put defending. And where you place them is not really the biggest deal. You can't really see this guy too well. He's a green archer. He's one of those ones, minifigs that came in a blind bag, as it were. So I would suggest putting something like an archer. Oops. Take your bow back, you. I put something like the archer up on a tall place because remember what I said before when we were building. Range of view range. There's the word. Clayton can't speak today. What you can see, if you have a ranged weapon at least, you can hit. So when you're up high like that, it literally gives you advantage. And ranged attackers have to roll. It's a bigger thing than that. I will run into the rolling part because everything done in this game is done by rolling dice. So we'll move on to that. Let's get the rest of our characters together though. So we got a scurvy pirate with his pirate map and cutlass to help out Spider-Man. Let's dig into this bag, see what we have here. I have kind of a thing for collecting minifigures. I really enjoy them, so. We got some wolf guy here with an energy sword and a shield. I think he's one of the Lego Chima ones. We'll put him inside the castle. He'll be the defender of the treasure that the attackers are going for. Let's see. Now, a side thing is you can have monsters. What I would suggest, like what the ruling we went for with monsters is that no more than 2. Because after a while the monsters take up a fair amount of space in most cases. So they're going to be harder to move around once the minifigs start crowding around certain areas. So it's best to maybe have no more than 2. In this case we'll put a warg from the Hobbit set. Rah! We'll put him on the attacker side. Alrighty. It's 3 for both sides now. Let's see what else we got in this magic bag. Maybe that. If I can find the rest of his legs. Nah. Okay, here's a good example of modding things to your liking. This guy here is another blind bag minifigure. He's the lost-looking explorer. All he comes with is his backpack, his compass, and a very confused look on his face. But any good adventurer always knows to go prepared. And so, that's why I'll give him this little custom-made hammer. It's not a very good hammer, but it's a good traveling hammer. So now he's got a weapon. And since he's a traveler, it would make more sense that he's with the attacking team. He's got the confused look on his face, so he's probably just like, what? What's going on? I don't know what's happening. Why is there a pirate? Why is Spider-Man here? Oh god, I better just go along with it. Okay, so what's next? Another good one for the attackers, the secret agent guy. I have a lot of the blind bag ones. I might have a bit of a problem when it comes to buying those. But I love my Lego minifigures, so I got this guy, secret agent guy. He's got a rope in one hand. It's coiled up, so it's not an open one. He's got a little pistol in the other hand, presumably silenced. Oh god, I'm not holding him upright. And he's got night vision goggles, which probably wouldn't have any real use in this situation. But he's an infiltrator type critter, so you'd figure him to make more sense on the attacking side. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the attacking side. One more, and then we'll move on to fleshing out our defenders' ranks. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I'll go with you, but do you have a weapon I can use? Yeah, we'll give him that. The glory of this is that you want to give a character a weapon? Give him a weapon. Give him whatever you want. This is your choice. Okay, so I'll give this another Chima character, this guy here. He's got a gun. Actually, you know what, I kind of figure... No, he'll work good. He'll be like the leader. We'll put him there. And now, you won't see this until I cut away for the next type of shot and everything like that. But now we have the attacking party. Now we have over here 2 archers and the 1 knight guy in there. So we need 3 more. What should we use? Well, it's hard to figure out sometimes. Let's see. Well, how about this? We'll use this ice witch. Another blind bag one that comes with a cool frost effect she can shoot from her hands. So we'll have her. She'll take front line. Probably not the best place for a magic user, but you know, whatever. Another one I can put there is this guy, armored up. He's interesting. Doing a kind of shameless plug. I'm not sponsored by... Now, I should mention, I'm not sponsored by Lego or anybody else I mention. I'm just a fanatic that likes Lego. And you'll notice on here he's got... I'll move it up a little bit. He's got an interesting red helmet with horns and not the norm brown armor. Which is, I got those from, what's it called? Brick Arms. It's an online site. They do a lot of custom Lego pieces and such like that. It's really cool. I really suggest checking it out. They have some awesome stuff. So anyways, we'll put Mr. Axeman here up front guard too, along with her. That leaves us with one more person. Who would it be? Well then, how about this? They have a monster on their side. Let's put a monster on our side. A troll. And we'll put him inside. He'll be that nasty surprise waiting inside. Alrighty, so now that we have our party members out, we're going to go on to the next bit. Alright, you've picked your minifigs, your characters, you've picked your team, you've outfitted them, and now we go on to this. Number 4. Roll for first turn. This roll is a really short one. And, oh, I forgot to zoom out. I'll do that for the next bit. It's a really short one. Roll for the first turn. So just grab a d20, or even a d6 will work, honestly. Just grab a die, it'll work. So yeah, we'll roll there. Highest roll goes first. So, in this case it was 5. We rolled again, 4. So whoever got 4 goes second. Pretty basic stuff for any RPG player. Okay, now on to the final part. And I'll go into in-depth from here. And that is number 5. Roll the move, attack, etc. Play the game. Alrighty, on to the final bit. And this one is very ambiguously named, I know. But here's how it goes. Basically, you roll to do everything in this game. You roll to do everything. So we're going to go with the fact that the attackers were the first ones to go. So, let's see, how does it for us? I think I leave... I'm having a brain lapse as to my own bloody rule system. So we'll roll the d20. So it's a 1. So we'll move one of our characters 1 space, which in the case of when doing Lego, we've decided that 1 space is 3 studs long. If it was less than that, this game would take way too bloody long. So we move the spy 1. Yeah, you actually use the d6, that's what it is. So that's a 5. Move him, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He's at the forefront. 2, so we'll move the warg here, 1 and 2. You kind of if you fudge the distance rules a little bit, it's not too bad, as long as you're not like cheating and going 1, 2. Yeah, that doesn't happen. You can fudge it by a few studs, so that's fine. Alrighty, go for a 6. Somebody gets to go 6. I'll be Mr. Explorer here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. See right there, I kind of fudged it a little bit because I had to, because there was other figures in the way. So the role of fudge is a big one for a lot of RPG players. Alright, 2. So the pirate goes 1, 2, goes R, and then goes on. And 1. Spider-Man is feeling particularly sluggish today. So, again. Okay, so we've moved every one of them, and we can't attack anything because, well, nothing's within range. Literally, there's actually a wall right in the way. So we'll go through, And it'll be the next turn's time to go. So 5, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ice Queen only moves 2. 1 and 2. Ice Queen, Ice Witch, whatever. And a good way of discovering how things work is literally try to look from their eye view. You're going to see my head for a second. Possibly. Yeah. So basically look from, say I want to shoot from this archer's view. We look from there. Can he see it? He can't see this guy fully enough to shoot him, but he can see the adventurer, the explorer. So, in that case there, I am sorry, but I try to keep this as simple as possible, but you are going to need a d20 for this. Well, I guess you don't really need a d20. I do prefer a d20 because it gives you a bit better roll. Alright, fudge that. See? Roll fudge already in there. You can use a d6. Use a d6. We're going to keep it simple. So first off, we're going to roll to attack him. Since we have line of sight, roll. It's a 3, which is an odd number. I should have mentioned that. Odd and even numbers, even is a win, odd is a lose. So he didn't even get a chance to shoot. So in that case there. But we're going to go a little bit into the realm of what if and say, what if it landed on a 4 instead? So therefore he actually got a chance to shoot it. In that case there, he takes a shot, but then the explorer dude gets a chance to miss or dodge. And it's a 2, so he dodges it. And that's that. Combat done for that one character. We're not going to move anybody else this time around. We'll move it a little further here. I'll actually just skip things. I'm going to skip time a little bit here. And then we'll move it to a little more close range stuff. Skip now. Okay, so you're going to see here now I've moved them around a little bit. You're not going to see it very well. Give me a second. I'll zoom it in for you. There we go. Alrighty, so now we've moved things around. This guy has got a little gun. This gun's got a hammer, so we're going to get right into some melee attacking. Yeah. As long as the weapon can physically reach or slightly touch the opposing minifigure, then you can attack with it. That's what gives a weapon like this bloody axe amazing reach on it. So we'll say Mr. Guard guy here is going to attack. So same as before, 4, so he attacks. And other guy gets a chance. Dodge, 5, he missed. So, in this case, dead. The base rules, I keep saying rules. I keep saying rules, but I'm trying to make it so there aren't rules because it's guidelines. The base setup is that one hit will kill, except in certain situations in which you'll put in yourself. That I'll leave to you. Special rules, that's up to you. So yeah, it goes in there. One hit will kill, but generally you'll have a good chance of it. That's one of the reasons I do like using a d20 for these rolls here. It seems to up the ante a little bit on chance, a little bit, so yeah, that's the basics on that. You basically need to go from point A to point B. For the attackers, they need to get into this case into a castle. Let me zoom out again. Love amateur photography, or videography, I guess. So, in the case of this, the attackers need to come from here, go around, proceed to castle, and get the treasure or whatever they're going for in there. Or just kill everybody. Either way. The defenders need to repel the attackers. Bada bing, bada boom. You can add small extra things, like say this little house over here that I put for ambience but there's nothing in it. There's, you could put things in, you could put it so they need to get a key to open the gate, and they won't get in unless they do that, or unless they have another way of getting in. It all comes down to what you equip them with, and what your imagination can handle. And now we come to the final thing. The one rule. All things must be agreed upon. And in that case, that means that, say your character has... You gave your character a sword, therefore it's agreed upon that he can only attack right directly in front of him. But if you wanted to give him something like, I don't know, a rope, and say that works like a whip, then everybody has to agree that it's alright that you have the distance of that whip to attack with. Well, alright then. So, that was the basics of it. There's so much more you can do. This is the bare bones. Bare bones of it. Honestly, I love doing this because Lego has always been a thing for me since I was a kid. And I may be in my early 30s now, but that has not slowed it down at all. So, the fact is, I hope this has worked for you for a good bare bones setup to start and make your own adventures in. I kind of call it a Lego skirmish system, as it were, because it's not really a all-out war kind of thing. It's more like little battles and such. That's not like I've patented that name or anything like that. But if you guys want to see more about this, I'll gladly go through some other stuff I've wanted to try to go over as well. Stuff like you can have boss battles. Heck, if you really want to get in depth, you can do an HP system. That's on you. That's up to you to do. Of course, it just takes having something like I have, a whiteboard here with some empty space, or just a piece of paper and a pencil. Either one works. But what you add or take away is all up to you. It's there as is. I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoyed showing you. It's been kind of something I've wanted to do for a while, but wasn't sure about how to go about it too much. So yeah, at this point, just remember the one major thing. Have fun. As long as you're able to have fun, then that's the only part that matters. Remember, as awesome as tabletop gaming is, Lego is all about fun, no matter what age you're at. Also, yeah, again I'll say, totally not owned by, not sponsored by Lego, although that would be awesome. Hey Lego, if you see the video, give me a like. That's all I ask. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there before I continue babbling on for no good reason. So, hope you like it. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.